steel defender, so he looks like an overgrown bulldog, but completely construct.
Oh, hell
And
yeah.
also
Bella, he's oh, sorry,
a
go ahead.
small owl friend. Sorry, go ahead.
Owls. I would say he's a drunken master. That is the monk I decided to go with on that.
I've got some brewing skill. We could chit chat over that on the boat. Have a couple
I
pints.
went with it. He chose drunken master, not because he drinks as much. He drinks so much as like that's what he fell into. He more chose it because as when he went to his monastery and just learning martial arts, this type of style of fighting. He you can see legs and stuff like that coming back to see. It's just a type of movement he's used to combating. So it just kind of felt familiar to him. So that's kind of the route he went on the combat style.
I like it.
Okay, so background-wise, so we have the halfling then. What was your tie to the ocean? I'm sorry, I was typing stuff up at the same time.
Sailor. He'd be the sailor.
Okay. And then the other two character's name, which starts with a T.
Tink?
Tink, thank you. And then Tink, you also had some sailing background. Was that what you were hearing, or?
No, she wanders from city to city. She actually, I don't know if she would have shared this with the group yet, but she is convinced that she's bad luck, considering her old gnome um, uh, mentor passed away, and then later on, so did her wizard friend. So she has trouble making close ties and just kind of wanders city to city, just tries to pay the bills, and this seemed like a good way to pay him this month.
Yeah, don't share that with sailors. They don't like
Right.
bad luck.
She pretty much just keeps to herself for the most part, or at least so far. Despite her token that, I mean, is pretty attractive, she's really not. She's plain, if anything, but the green tint to her skin, and her already ruddy skin at that. So she's got little splotches of, like reddish, and her skin is rough and tattooed, and then she's got the greenish pallor to it and the red eyes. She's not easy on the eyes.
And Tink, what type of skills do you have?
Oh, she's got all sorts of fun skills. She's handy with thieves' tools, tinker's tools, disguise kit, smith's tools, and brewer's supplies.
Okay, so things didn't go well in Neverwinter for you. You started up in Neverwinter a while back. Things just did not go well there, and you end up crossing the wrong people. There's too many nobles up there, and you pissed off the wrong folks, and you had to get out of town quickly. To heading out of town, though, you didn't really have enough money to toss it onto a ship, and really the ships you might have been able to pay may have got more money by turning you in. So your option at that point was to see if you could just stow away or find something other way. And you ended up forging some documents and passing yourself off as a shipwright, using your skills of being able to work with ships and wood and metal and stuff. And you seemed like a pretty decent person for them to have on board. So they thought you were pretty much just a tradesperson. And you're going to work passage to get down to Waterdeep and get the hell out of here. Any of that cross any problems with your character background?
Not at all. Sounds
Perfect.
perfect.
Okay, so it's just basically you're still using your name if you want, or you can make up one for the trip. But it was pretty much you got on board quickly as you can and then stayed there until the ship took off and slipped out.
Her gnome patron or whatever, his last name was Tinkersmith. That's where she gets the Tink from. Uh, Her first name given to her by the gnome was actually Violet, but no one knows that. She doesn't share it because the only person that could ever call her Violet without her getting furiously angry was the guy that initially gave her the name, or the gnome that initially gave her the name.
So past that then, um, and then we have Bellamin. Bellamin, you've been on this ship for a bit. It's been trading the waters between Waterdeep and Neverwinter, traveling back and forth. It just came up recently It doesn't take that long. It's about a week trip, maybe a little bit more. You traveled up to Neverwinter. You were there for a couple of days, having a little bit of fun in town, and then are heading back south again. This will be the first round trip of the new year because there's been a lot of ice out on the water, and you'll be heading south again. You notice that coming on board this time is some military folks, and it's not just trades goods, which is usually what you bring, but some military folks, or at least adventurers, have been hired on as well. One is a well-armored knight, and the other one looks to be a full orc who you've worked with before, at least, in that he's a pilot, is what they say. So not really much the guy who moves the oar around, but knows the waters and can tell you where the reefs are, and has traveled up and down the shores. The orc's name is
Okay.
Odo, and he seemed to be a pretty decent person. Very different from any other orc you've ever met. Like, you're thinking he must be half orc and just favors the orc side or something, because he's far more civilized than any orc you've met. And then the other one is Rakir. Am I pronouncing that right, Meta?
Yeah, yeah.
Yay! I think I was practicing this week. See if I can get it right. Get you out of our Star Trek universe. So Rakir then is been hired on. He was brought on board by a large dragonborn who looked to be probably one of the wealthiest men you've ever seen, or not men, but people. The dragonborn was dressed in fine silken robes. Someone whispered that he was a sorcerer of something, maybe an ambassador. He called himself Jarvul, or Ambassador Jarvul, and he was being brought down to he brought this guy along, this Rakir, on board to help with some sort of making sure that goods get to where you're going. He's just basically there to make sure everything goes all right. And just mercenary, it sounds like. It seemed the guy might have belonged to a local mercenary group, but it's one that you've heard of. You believe they're sort of the good guys type of mercenary groups, not like the ones that hire on to anybody.
All right.
They call themselves the Burning Dawn. And this guy works with them, and so this dragonborn seems to be either hiring them or in charge or something. You're not real sure. And
Okay.
he called himself Jarvul Mayastan, you think? Sort of a haughty, noble type. And that's the guy, not the one that's on board. You haven't actually had
Yeah.
work with him yet. In fact, you haven't even seen the face of the guy come on board because he's in full plate with helmet and everything.
All right.
And that's about it. The other two of you guys, I think you probably got the backgrounds before. I've sent it to you of why you were on board, if you remember.
Yes, I've got the text document that you sent us
Okay,
at the beginning of the last.
perfect. So yeah, you're
Session.
just basically been hired on to see the ship and the cargo of goods safely to this island that no one wants to sail to. And it's actually been mentioned that you probably don't want to mention the captain knows, but you probably don't want to mention to the common man on ship because they might get a little spooked about it. They don't have any choice because they go where the ship goes, but and that's that. Let's put some other tokens on here. We'll call this guy we'll call the captain a dwarf guy. We'll use him. And his first mate. And I'm not going to bother with a bunch of other guys running around, but there's a few other guys. The crew of the ship is not too big. It's just a small, I think they call it, starts with a C, not a cog, something. But anyways, it's a small ship. It has 3 decks. There is a area, sleeping quarters, and so forth. It can carry some decent cargo, but weapon-wise, there's 1 ballista that's down below deck that they can wheel up with some work. But it's really not a combat ship. It's just a trade ship, and that's why they stay close to the shore, so they can at least dodge into shore if they have to and get underneath the protection of other places or get out of the way. They don't go out too much in the open ocean. And that's about it. Go ahead and put yourself on this ship of where you'd like to be.
I do not have control over my token.
Oh, that's what I was testing. Okay. That was... Who said that? Was that Tyler?
Odo Tinyfoot.
Okay, let me see if I can see what happened there. That's odd. It says can be controlled by Odo. Maybe you're on the wrong layer. Let's see if that happened. No, you're on a token layer. Meta, how about you? Can you move your guy around?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Still no Odo?
Still no.
Weird. All right.
I can move the one that I just placed.
Okay, that's perfect. That's fine. Let me just make sure you have the right vision settings. Check, check, check. Good. Good enough. Works for me. And there was an owl. Was Gary out in front? Is that what that is?
That's
Who has an owl?
That's Templeton McOwlface, but it's Gary's token.
So you have a familiar and a what is that other animal?
Steel Defender. It's steel bulldog.
It's a robot bulldog.
Mm-hmm.
Badass. So that gets you some respect from the crew. I mean, if you can make something like that, they're pretty impressed. There have been some other projects and stuff they're bringing up that they'd like you to take a look at that no one's been able to fix over time. Something about one of the smokestacks, this other item down below, this gear. Can you take a look at the bilge pump?
She anytime she's happy to fix whatever they have. She loves tinkering. Plus, it means that she doesn't have to interact with people as much.
Okay.
If she's above on the deck, she'd be in the front with Gary scouting out front.
Okay, so yeah, we're not going to stay on this map long. I just wanted to get it where everybody is so I can copy you over to the next one. So the trip south is pretty quiet and calm. Within the first day, they touch at a little fishing village along the shore somewhere. Another one, it's another military outpost on the second day. On the third day, you pull into a town that's called Saltmarsh, and that's where they load on some supplies. Saltmarsh is a decent-sized town. It's probably the largest one in between Waterdeep and heading up to Neverwinter. You're guessing maybe 5,000 people. Not rich by any means, but not too bad for being out here in the middle of nowhere. There they load on supplies, and you're told that it's just going to be another 2 days from here to your call. As you head out of Saltmarsh, there's quite a few ships here. It seems to be busy. It looks like the town is thriving, more of a gold town type of feeling with lots of people coming and going and ships loading lots of cargo. Bit of a cheerful nature in the air. You do notice as you're heading out there looks to be some sort of buildup going on of military. There's more than a couple military ships and some soldiers and stuff starting to barrack around the city hall. You head south for another day, and that evening goes by pretty quietly. There's a ship seen by the early morning off in the distance, but it sort of takes off and goes a different direction, catching the wind and leaving. And on the fifth day, they're coming up on the island, they tell you, and the weather starts changing at this point, and the captain starts scowling as in the early morning as there's sort of a darkness from all the clouds over top. Tells you the island they're going to is not much of an island. It's just a little lighthouse reef area, and he points off, and you can see the lighthouse. He says, typically this thing tells you where not to go. We go around this thing. We either go 4 miles to the ocean side, or we go 4 miles in towards the land. But once in a while, some lucky bastard gets to go straight at it, and this time it's us. Keep an eye out over the edges. He yells over to a couple of folks. Make sure nothing's trying to climb up. The water starts picking up a bit as you get closer. You hear a little bit of the wind picking up, and there's maybe a slight gale coming in off the side. It's hard to tell at night, but you can see that the stars are getting blotted out by something as some weather starts coming in.
As soon as he says something about the potential for things climbing aboard, she'll mage armor herself.
Did this concentration last for a couple hours or something, or?
I can post it. No concentration. It's 8 hours.
Nice.
I will definitely be on high alert.
So, the positions you're in now, is that the positions you'd like to be in at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Bellamy would be kind of like in the ropes a little bit, up in the sills. So kind of where he's at, just a little farther up.
Okay. Well, now let's test to see who actually has any night vision and stuff.
Is it nighttime currently?
It's early dawn, but it's overcast, so we're going to call it a bit dim.
Okay.
Sun's just coming up a bit. Oh, good. We can still see. Just not as far. Just toss a couple of torches on deck.
Oh, my screen is black.
Let's see if these torches work. Anything yet, Brandon? Or are you
So
still
no,
in there?
there's nothing yet.
It definitely, whatever you did work, James. I see there's a spot of light. I wonder if it's not something on his token.
I had sight, and I had to reload the page, and then once I reloaded the page, there was no more sight.
When I do the Control L, it shows that you should be able to see.
I wonder if it just loaded funky.
Let me toss another
I'll try
big
reloading real quick. One
torch
second.
item on here. Let's do. In any case. Well, Odo, since you're over on the edge of the ship there, why don't you go ahead and make a perception check?
Who?
Tyler. So
That
you
will
guys are,
be a 25.
that'd be a good roll. So the ship sort of is starting to angle in a bit, and as you're going by, you can swear you see lights down in the water down below. Just sort of glowing lights down there. Maybe it's just illumination. You've been out in the ocean enough that you've seen phosphorance from, algae and stuff like that before. But this is slightly different. You're starting to think maybe will-o-wisps or something like that are traveling underneath. But if so, there's a lot of them. It's sort of an eerie feeling. The light gives enough that at one point you can actually see what looks to be a sunken ship down there, maybe about 30 feet below the water. So it's pretty close. And as you travel along, maybe another ship as well. It looks like there might have been a battle here once upon a time. There are some broken ships down there.
Would
As you are-
the distance the ships are be consistent with the depth to which we are close to shore? Or are we like in deep ocean and those ships shouldn't be there?
It should be close enough because you are coming up on the lighthouse, which is now only a couple hundred yards away. And over to the left somewhere, you see it looks like maybe another island, not very large, maybe a mile or two wide, which is you can only see because it's blotting out actually no, the sun's rising from that direction. You can see it from the sun. It's starting to illuminate it a little bit. It's sort of a black shadow against the sunrise off in the distance, off to the east.
We'll head over to the captain. Are will-o'-the-wisps normal in this area? I've never been out here.
Ah, where are you seeing that at? He starts looking around.
Down below with the wrecks, ones that we're currently sailing over.
Damned cursed waters. I don't know about normal. Let's say they're not completely unexpected.
Okay, we'll keep an eye out.
Okay, we move everybody on this other ship.
If I go over to the other side of the ship, do I see them essentially on both sides?
Yeah, I guess you would. Because the ship's not that big, and these are bigger. They look like they're more of a warship size.
Gotcha.
You hear a couple of the men muttering. Someone says, "Think these are those pirates they took out?" And someone's talking about, "Oh, there was a battle back here not too long ago."
How long ago?
Huh? Oh, guy looks over, doesn't realize you're listening. About less than under a month. Let's change. The ship gets pulled, and you can see the lighthouse getting closer, and someone gives a command, and they toss the anchor over the front of the ship, and the ship slowly pulls up against it, and they're trying to angle it into the waves. The waves are splashing up against the front of the ship at this point as they anchor down. Get the boat over the edge quickly. All right, let's see if the color works, the lighting works on this map. I don't see anything.
We are up at the top.
Okay. I think we're working.
I think I'm on the wrong layer, maybe. I see the people's thing right here, but I don't see anything around me.
You do just test a hard time with the vision. Oh, because you know why? There's no other lights out here. I think you're the only one without night vision of this whole crew.
Well, I got goggles of night.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I picked this up just to counteract that.
Well, then let's fix that. Ooh, that was real thunder outside. What's your vision on those things?
It gives you 60 feet if you don't have dark vision.
Got it.
Then it adds 60 if you have it. But 60, got 60 feet now.
How about now?
All right, yep, there we go.
Yay!
Yes, sir.
We're all in bed.
Hey,
Okay.
yeah, thank you.
Let me bring up your character sheet and reassign that as the default token. So we'll do this more than once. Perfect. Bit of rain starts rolling in. There's just a crappy weather to be having to be pulling to shore at this point. You see a figure walking down off the dark shadow of this island from the, and you can see over the top of the lighthouse over it. There's a figure walking down towards some docks carrying a lantern. He raises the lantern up a couple of times. Captain goes, "That's the signal. Go ahead and put the boat over." He says, "Any of you men could help take these things on board." He's looking over to you guys. Could help carry some of these things on board. I don't want to ask you to pull an oar, but they could use some assistance on shore. He looks a little bit worried. It's just the will-o-wisp that you saw below. I would prefer there was some fighting men along.
That'll be no problem.
Bellowing would offer so. Of course, of course.
Odo, you were the one earlier that said that you saw, what is this?
Sure,
The
side.
willow? The willow underwater?
Yeah.
So yeah, Rakir will walk up to you and go, what did you say you saw underwater?
Floating lights, like
And
bioluminescent jellyfish, but they're much eerier, much creepier.
these things, they're dangerous?
They certainly can be, from what I understand.
How do they, as he walks into the, are you also walking into this boat right here?
Trying to.
Um, I'll talk to you as we both get into this boat. So, how do they work? What makes them dangerous?
You know, that is a good question. Me, the player, I do not really know that one.
Well, go ahead and make a Arcana roll or Nature roll. Either one would be fine.
I think my internet is a little slow.
That's all right.
We may be getting multiple rolls.
Just click as fast as you can, but it doesn't work.
That will be a 9.
You've heard of them. That's about what you've said so far is about what you know of them. Mom
I
said that
honestly
they
don't know.
don't follow them. Mom said because they'll lead you into the swamp and kill you, or lead you into bad places.
Just don't follow them is all I know. Hey, there they are.
Pop, 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 pop. So the figure on the dock area loads into a boat as well, and is with some. You can tell the guy's got some strength and brings the other little rowboat up on the windward side of the large ship that you guys are in. A beefy-looking half-orc with a smile unloads, tosses the rope up and ties up and comes ashore, and comes up on board after he asks permission. Let me help you guys with some stuff. The less time you need to be bringing things back and forth, the better. Hey, Captain, can we borrow your shipwright? And Captain's, for how long? She hasn't paid off her way yet. No, we just need something with the light fixed. It's stuck in one position. Master Tinker, would you have problems with that?
She turns around as if she's just not. Oh, I didn't see you guys were working. Yeah, if you need something fixed, I can certainly help.
The big half-orc gives you looks at your dog there. I had a friend with a dog like that, well, not made of metal. Would ride it into battle. It was a good
If
dog.
only I were a little smaller. This is Torque.
Torque. So the half-orc bristling with weapons, carrying far more weapons than any one man would ever need, helps you down there.
I still picture Merrek with literally like a wheelbarrow or his little tiny donkey just
I
laden
always say
down.
golf bag. He
He's
likes his
got one of
options.
about everything. Yes, he does.
Can your dog get down there?
Onto the boat?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. He hops her down.
No.
She'll follow.
He loads up some equipment, and you guys all head to shore then. Oh, come on, Roll20, work with me here. So the half-orc introduces himself as you guys before you set off sail as Merrek. Oops. Merrek tells you that he was with a group of adventurers, but something came up, and he's going to actually planning to get passage on this ship, get down to and follow down to Waterdeep, and there he's going to head on back up to Neverwinter. But he's got some business. And he says business in a way that's sort of chilling, like someone's going to die type of business. That'll get you guys on shore. The island really doesn't have much on it. It's not very big. The only thing on this island is this lighthouse and a couple of stunted, sickly-looking trees and living off way too much salt water.
Templeton McOwlface will climb high and get a look around the island from above, see if he can see anything moving or alive.
Let's go ahead and make a perception roll since you're flying around looking.
If it's hearing or sight, it has advantage.
Sure.
So 20 on that.
So the owl happens to spot the will-o-wisp that they spoke of before on board. There's something in the water moving around. There's also it looks to be a derelict rowboat just sort of drifting off the shore a bit to the east.
The direction we came.
No, you guys came sort of from the northeast.
Okay.
This one's coming straight from the shore.
Tink will make sure that her companions know that. Those will-o'-the-wisps you saw, she directs Odo, are still offshore. I'm not sure what they do or what they are if they can come out of the water, but if they can, we're still in their area. And there's a rowboat off that way, just adrift too.
So the guy that, as you come up to the big lighthouse over here, there's a guy that opens up the door. He's missing one leg and one arm. Definitely looks like an ex-sailor or soldier. Looks up. Hey, name's Ursa. Glad you're here. Things are getting a little slight. I thought I'd have to start eating these trees. You travel all right? Everything fine? You didn't see anything?
Only something they call wisps, willow wisps, in the water.
More than one?
Um,
Yeah.
yes, multiple lights indicate more than one.
He looks a bit
I
worried and
believe.
starts storming off down there in his weird little hobble walk as he heads down there as fast as he can to get down to the dock.
Tinkle.
He's holding a light out, trying to see how
Not
they
too
are.
fast now.
Merrek, can you see anything? Merrek's squinting around as well. There was about 2 weeks ago, so there was quite the sea battle out here. Normally that wouldn't be much a big deal, but that island, and he points off into the dark where you can see the outline and the rising sun, that island's cursed. His friends went off there to battle what was left of what's there, but it's a cursed island and the undead roam the shores. Some say that any die on there come back as the undead, and the cultists, damn their souls, that live on there in the middle of it, they mimic this lighthouse and they try to have ships drive onto the rocks there. It's the reason this lighthouse was built, was to get rid of those bastards, and now they're still using it sort of their own, causing more damage with their false fairy lights. Hopefully his friends will be able to ferret them out. The pirates went there about 3 weeks ago and went on land there. I think they must have had some disagreement, and they were working together. And then the pirates came ashore and fought their way to the core and burned those damned clerics to death, I believe. And the fires you can still see a little bit, mostly gone. And then the pirates were leaving, and they limped ashore, and I watched them all from here up on top of the tower. And as they were heading out, they were down to about 1.5 ships of crew. As they were heading out, the Navy happened to be coming by. And that was the end of those damn pirates. Navy put them down quickly. And that's what you probably see out there. Maybe it's the souls of those pirates. Let's just hope it's just their souls and not something else coming. I hope your friends, he looks to Merrek, really do clear that island out. We need to get rid of this. I want to get out of here. This is not a good place. Merrek looks over to the shore.
Tinkle approach Merrick and say that there was something that needed fixing, I believe.
Oh, yeah. They say he's a tinker. Oh, fantastic. The light. And he hobbles back there. Come with me back to the lighthouse. And he sort of half pulls you towards the lighthouse. That'll help somewhat. The light's been stuck on the rotation, and so it's only going in one direction. This as about an hour ago. And if this doesn't work, then the crew on the island, those bastards will be put up their own light, and then there'll be deaths again.
Tink doesn't even correct him that he referred to her as a male. In fact, it's probably good. She's so tiny and slight, she probably looks like a dude.
And who knows how good this old man's eyes are. He just runs a lighthouse.
She'll take a look at whatever he needs her to look at. She doesn't have smith's tools on her. She's just got thieves and tinkers.
It's not going to take much. He takes you up to the top of the lighthouse, and you can start working on it from up there. Now, how does your owl tell you about things?
As long as he's within 100 feet, familiars can communicate telepathically.
Okay. You are brought the attention of the owl. Then tells you that he sees the lights again, that they're moving towards the island, and that the boat is still there as well.
I'm assuming I'm at the top of this lighthouse from looking at the light.
Yeah. I didn't bother making the inside of it. I wasn't going to use it.
Is it overly windy? Or, like, if she were to yell down, would they be able to hear?
Some of them. They're not really listening. Some of them might.
prestidigitation has anything that amplifies voice, does it?
No, I believe that's thaumaturgy.
Yeah, thaumaturgy.
Rek, will actually follow you guys up to the top of the lighthouse.
Who is?
I will. Rick here.
Okay.
In that case, her head will jerk towards you, and she'll say with somewhat widened eyes, "More lights. They're headed this way."
Can I see
She'll
anything
try to.
from the top of the lighthouse?
You would have to make a perception roll. Your passive is not so grand.
Alright.
She'll explain. My companion sees more lights, and then she'll scream from the top to try to.
No. You have no idea what he's looking at because it's pitch dark out there still. It's something you can't really see past the edge of the aisle. You're like, I don't know how they're seeing anything out there.
Hmm.
So, Odo, you hear the Tinker hollering down from the top of the lighthouse.
I will rush outside and look to the east.
Once she knows that she's gotten someone's attention, she'll pound down the lighthouse to get outside.
Yeah. Is this
While you're
light?
up there, go ahead and make a perception roll for yourself too. While you're up there, Tink. Oh, yeah, not the owl, but yourself, since you're sort of looking at. I don't know what you live have night vision though, do you? Oh, good lord.
Natural 20.
Hell yeah.
But do you have night vision?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Only 60 feet though. Well, I mean typical night vision, 60 feet.
So the only thing different that you see of the owl, because the owl probably wouldn't have figured this out, is the little boat is moving against the wind.
As soon as she gets outside, and if Rakir is next to her, she'll tell him right away. But she'll come bolting outside and say, "More lights coming this way, and there's something weird about that boat. It's moving against the wind."
I just wanted to ask: is the light still broken as of all this happening, James?
Go ahead and make your tinker roll to see how fast it took.
Because I was just gonna say, if it's still broken, I was gonna cast mending on it.
Oh. So go ahead for either a wisdom or a dex, your choice.
Wisdom or Dex on Tinkers?
Yeah.
Let's do Dex. Not terrible.
It's going to take, you've got it loosened up though, but there's some pieces that are broken that would have to take some work. So if you had some proper, like a forge or something to put something together, you could probably get it together, but otherwise it's going to take most of the night. So if it was fixed or not broken, it would work, but there's pieces that are snapped. That's the words I'm trying to say.
Does my mending do anything to it?
Yeah. Is that a spell slot or is that a cantrip?
That's a cantrip.
Okay.
And yeah, okay.
She'll thank you for the help. I'll tell you, that's a handy little cantrip she might have to learn herself.
Yeah, that'd be nice to have as a tinker. So getting back downstairs, you guys rush back down to below. You can't spot the rowboat from way down here. Just darkness out there. You do know off the south shore there seems to be a bit of a green fog rolling up out of the water a bit, sort of a glow coming from somewhere down there, off to the south. Let's see, do I have the right thing? Do. What did I just move? Oh, bummer. Not the right thing.
Jaden, I'm hearing correct. Yeah, I am hearing correct. You said all the stuff's coming from like the side of the dock or behind the lighthouse.
To the south.
The south. Okay.
Trying to get my green glow, but I don't know what layer this thing's on. Anybody want to do anything, or?
I'm more just looking over, waiting. People have said there's something coming, but I can't see it. So
Yeah,
I'm
she's
just waiting.
I think just bracing herself for potential combat. She'll have Templeton go over and fly not close to the boat, but above it to see if there's anything visible inside of it.
Okay.
I'll stand next to. His name's Merrek, right?
The half-orc?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does introduce himself as Merrek. Oop, I'm just messing everything up trying to grab the right things.
Merrek,
Earthquake.
is this something that we should be concerned about?
I think
Has
you
this
want to
happened?
right-click undo, James. Sorry.
Well, I can tell you what we've been up against. It's just about less than a week ago, we were battling this group of these cultists. They were taking over this halfling town. God help the poor halflings. And while they were there, they were after something I really don't need to be talking about, but they were there and they were torturing halflings and causing all types of mischief and burning the town down. We dispatched a group of them, but there was one bastard among them who could come back from the dead. Some sort of necromancer or something or other.
And these attacks have been happening often?
Here, no, but we believe these two things are situated. Those guys we were fighting came from that island. He points off in the dark and points over there. My friends and I, we made our way down here, but then I heard some evidence that a man that I hate more than anyone on this earth was with this crew, and he escaped. And so this is the first chance I've had in 20 years to be able to find him and get that man. So I had to take off and leave them. He seems a bit sad about that one. And they went off to the island without me. I really hope they're all right. I'm trying to fix my map. I've jacked it all up. So, if there's any undead or anything along those lines, that's what we're going to be dealing with. Have you fought the undead before?
No.
Unfortunately, yes.
I think we'll draw her rapier, and I've had occasion to.
Well, as far as I can tell, anything will work if you hit it hard enough and long enough. But it's best if you have something that has either a blessing, magic to it. Sometimes silver works as well.
Fortunate then. And I'll say, do you see anything in the boat to Tink?
James, was Templeton able to see anything from the air?
About the little boat? No, it looked
Yeah.
empty.
She'll pass that along. No, it appears empty, but it's moving against the current and against the wind, so there's something odd about it.
Rick here will put his hand. Is this guy still actually just standing here?
The captain? I mean, the lighthouse keeper? Yeah. He's looking out at the other ships and stuff. Looks like he's trying to give some signal to him with his lantern.
What signal are you trying to give?
Trying to tell him there's danger afoot.
I'll walk up to him and be like, has the island ever been attacked?
Never.
Not by undead, cultists, pirates, the navy, anything?
Nothing. I wouldn't be here. It's supposed to be safe waters. It's over there. They were never been able to come out this far.
Tink will pull out a torch and prestidigitation it to light and then go out in time with whatever he's showing him on the lantern.
I've got a question, James.
Yeah.
So, how far, let's say, from to 11? So looks like there's cliffs on these parts of on the edges of the island.
Pretty much all the way around.
How tall are those cliffs on average? About 10
On
feet?
average, 10, 15.
Okay. And so the only way to get onto the island comfortably is through this dock right here.
Comfortable, yes. Let's count when you see the rocks there and you can sort of see the layers and stuff to them. Let's call each one of those layers 2 feet. So like the one right in front of you, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like 10 feet down right there.
Right.
And the dock's well above the water level. It's not like water lapping at it, so it's coming out from the top there. So if a big boat came up to it, I guess meaning that when these rowboats came up, they probably had to haul goods up onto it or climb rope ladders
You had
up.
to use a rope.
Yeah.
Just checking. Well, whatever comes, we should be safe for the most part.
Where's anybody at? Where's that owl at?
I lose sight of him myself because right here, but he doesn't have sight. Doesn't really need it at this point either. But the only reason he's that close to my token though is because if I pull him out here, I lose sight of him.
What is the owl sight?
120 feet of dark vision. Hey, let there be light.
So from the owl then, you can tell that that green fog is getting closer. And that little boat is coming along the south side of the island now. Sort of creeping through the fog area.
Should we definitely keep everyone in the loop? The fog's getting closer and that boat's getting closer too.
Have you informed us about the green fog?
Yes, definitely. I think when he said it, I think everybody saw the fog, but she'll inform everybody that it's coming closer.
That fog, is it safe to breathe?
Who are you asking that to?
Just in general.
Lighthouse keeper. Have you ever seen that before?
Never.
I
Something
mean,
from that cursed dial.
sucking it down or anything.
She'll keep her sword in her hand and say, I think we've got trouble headed our direction.
He starts hobbling around and starts heading back to the lighthouse. Hell with this, I'm done. He grabs one little box of stuff there as he goes by and tucks it underneath his arm and starts heading as quickly as he can, stomp, stomp, stomp up to the lighthouse.
Smart choice, old timer.
That little boat that we see coming around, like, can we see like lights like underneath it, like or surrounding it at all?
It's going over the top of the area some of the lights are, but you don't see, it doesn't have any lights in
Like
it.
anything? All right, isn't like nothing's like moving with it constantly, like underneath it.
No.
Okay.
In fact, it seems to be, well, I don't know if you guys can actually see it anymore. Yeah, I guess it is on the map now. So it's heading for those rocks, actually.
I think it's going to come over here to get a little bit of a better look. She'll stay at least 30 feet away from the fog, wherever that is, though.
Okay, within short order, The boat smashes into those rocks. Looks like it sort of drives up on it. The next wave tips it over, and it starts sinking down in the water. Who is actually over there? Rakir's over there. Go ahead and make a roll. A perception
roll.
check.
Okay.
So you can see the boat sinking down in the water. The green fog is sort of a few feet off the edge of the shore now. The lights moving around under the water there, but doesn't seem to actually have any interaction with that. What you can, though, see is deep below the water there, you can sort of make out underneath the green fog another ship. This one looks to be pretty broken, and as you're watching it, you start realizing that the lights look like they're moving about on this ship that's under the water.
Okay. What does the ship look like? Does it look like it's of
A fighting ship.
Yeah, military origin though, or more like a pirate ship?
Go ahead and let's see, what do we have for that? Do you have an appropriate wisdom skill for that? I don't think you're...
Be like, what, history or something? Or
Maybe,
insight?
I guess. Because you don't have a piloting skill, so you don't have a background in that. Actually, it's more of an intelligence skill. You can make any...
Could Bellamy, like, if he yelled out to Bellamy, could Bellamy, like, help him? Bellamy's been working on ships for a while.
I'd probably just stay silent and observe what's down there anyway.
Alright.
Make a insight roll, and I'll just make the DC higher since you don't actually have any sailing background. You have no idea what type of ship it is, except for it looks haunted.
Yeah, it's got fighting. It's got cannons on it.
No cannons.
Oh, dang.
No cannons in D&D.
What kind of ship? A big one.
Yeah.
A fighting ship.
Bellaman, you can actually make a perception roll now as well. Now you're actually over in that area, closer towards it.
I'll walk over and inform these two.
16.
Looks to be another ship under the water. It's rather large. It seems to have. Did it have lights with it?
Mm-hmm. There's lights moving around on it.
There seems to be quite a few
Like-
lights on it.
Sort of like if there was a crew carrying green lanterns.
Oh, I don't think that's of our power grade.
Yeah.
To be fighting those guys.
Fighting the green lanterns.
Yes.
And Bellaman, yes, you can see the ship down there. You're pretty sure that, by the way the configuration of what's on there, that was a pirate ship.
Alright. I'm seeing
That
it.
or mercenary vessel of some sort, but it doesn't look nice anymore. It's probably pirates.
That, my fellows, has, definitely a pirate ship. Whatever's on it, I doubt it's friendly.
So is the pirate ship approximately directly like over here under this boat, or is it towards the fog?
Towards that way. Under the green fog. In fact, it seems to be centered on the green fog.
Tink's more worried about the fog than the ship, so she's gonna just try to peer into it. Maybe I could give you an investigation or something.
Sure.
See if there's anything moving in there, or if it just seems like green tinted fog.
The fog is not natural. Like the boat, the fog is moving against the wind. But watching the waves and stuff, you can tell the wind is coming in from the, let's call it the west. This fog is rolling in from the south.
I'd
She'll
like
say
to.
not that this is any great revelation, but the fog, as the boat, is moving against the wind. Something unnatural about it.
Do you know anything else about this fog?
It's green and fog-like. She says with a completely serious look on her face.
I'm more worried if this might be toxic.
Oh, I don't know about that, but it's either toxic or it contains something that's violet. I can't imagine this is going to go well for us. She gestures over at Odo, says he's close enough. I'm getting a little anxious. She'll
Uh,
yell, "Does it smell like anything?"
does it? I'm not in it yet, but no, I can't smell anything yet. I'd just like to peer over the side before the fog really reaches us to see
Okay.
if there's anything down below, because the captain mentioned something about things crawling up on the deck from the side of the ship, so I'd just like to peer over.
Seems reasonable. So you're looking down over the rocks, and you can see a couple of the shapes moving out away from the lights off of the ship. You can sort of make out the ship now. It might even be on the map a little bit. You can make out a bit of the ship down below the water, that is broken apart ship that's still holding together. It's moving with along the fog, actually drifting sideways towards the island. And as you're looking out there, you can see two shapes, two lights, pull off from it and start moving towards the island.
We got two things incoming. How far down is the water from this ledge?
If you were going to dive, let's take a look. How many little counters can we see from where you're at? Here looks like to be pretty well a lower point. I'm going to call it only 6 feet down from where you're at.
Oh, okay. Much closer.
The rocks next to you go a little bit higher.
Okay.
And the one to your, well, looking at, I'll call it to your east. That one looks to be even lower than you are. I'm using each one of the levels of plateaus of this of being 2 feet.
Gotcha.
Call it topographic.
Is the fog moving with these two things?
No, they're moving, outpacing it.
Okay. So I'll just stand on this cliff unless the fog is approaching, because I would very much like to stay out of that. But I will watch these things approach and inform the others how close they are, approximately.
Okay, anybody else want to do anything? Oh, there's a cool picture. I'll use this for light.
I'll have Mr. McOwlface over here, keeping an eye on the west shore to see if there's anything crawling
I'm
up
going
that side.
to observe Odo as the fog grows closer to him.
Again, I really plan on staying just out of the fog, because
Okay.
y'all
The
got me
fog looks to
paranoid.
be holding where it's at, actually, but those lights are moving.
15, 20. Crap. How deep is the water?
30 to 50. It's hard to tell from here, and it's in the early light.
Okay. 15. They're right on top of us. I'll take a step back.
Okay, and that's a good place to roll initiative.
Alright, are we all rolling initiative now?
Yeah, let me bring up the counter. There it is.
Nothing coming up from the west side at all, James? Or
No.
nothing that he's seen anyway. Nice.
From this distance, can I see any more of what these lights are, or are they just lights underneath?
Give me another perception roll. Go for it. You can do that out of combat.
That will be a 10.
Hard to tell. Vaguely humanoid shape as you're getting this close.
Two humanoid things walking on the bottom of the ocean.
Or moving through it at least. Not much walking, but yeah, I guess.
Okay, that's fair.
Nah, I was gonna cast a quick spell or try to before we started, but
What spell is that?
no, I've decided against it anyway. I don't want to burn the slot. I was gonna do false life just to give her a little bit more
Okay.
in the way of life, but we'll hold it.
Well, Odo, you get to go first anyways. You're top of the round. You see these shapes moving towards you. As you get closer and closer, you can as they're moving up out of it, they're moving at quite a pace through the water. You can tell now that these are some sort of specter, ghost, spirit of the undead moving through the water quickly, giving off a luminescence. You can see the screaming look on their faces. They're coming up quickly through the water.
All right, I will throw a spear at each of them.
I'm going to give them partial cover since they're underwater.
I ignore cover. So,
Spear should work pretty
Armor?
well for water, though. I didn't quite make out what you said, though.
if it's mechanical cover, I kind of ignore it with sharpshooter.
Perfect. You're spear efficient then.
That's what I do.
I was thinking this after we played last Thursday. You've got to carry around a massive quiver of those things on your back, which is pretty cool.
18 javelins, 5 spears, 1 quiver.
Nice.
There we go. Imagine it's like the Roman ones, those little throwing ones.
There's
It
a.
also helps that it's like a quiver of holding.
Oh yeah, okay. I was just gonna say
It
there's a
don't
cool
matter.
magic quiver.
All right, that'll be a 24 on one of them.
I believe that's going to hit. Let me bring up some character sheets.
24 on both of them. So,
Hell yeah.
Go for it.
11 for the first one, non-magical. I might as well have a swarm of crabs that, like, as soon as the spear hits, just comes out from underneath the water and starts tearing it apart.
Okay.
For
So
4 damage. So that'll be 15 piercing damage in total for one of them. And then 10 piercing to the second one.
all right. Anything else you'd like to do?
Don't think I have any bonus action.
Yep. Movement. I don't
So,
think you used any
yeah,
movement.
I was going to move back.
Back. What? You don't want to be out there all by yourself in the front?
It's not my ideal location to be, you know? I'll move about there. And in my turn. I don't see the little combat thing to end my turn.
Oh, I wonder if that's not loaded in this game. Oh well. Do it the old-fashioned way.
All right. I end my turn.
So it's this one. So as you step back there, two of these disembodied faces come ripping up out of the water. You see these full bodies to them. They look sort of like they have you can tell they must have been pirates in their previous life. They've got the pirate type gear, but their hair is all wet looking and pulled back, and there's this look of pain and anger on their faces. They come roaring up out of the water screaming. Let's see what their move is. All right. I'm gonna go for A. Let's do a D3. Going left to right. Odo being 1, Merrek being okay. It's going for you, Bellaman. The spectre thing comes screaming up out of the water, and tries to grab you. And gonna miss with a 6.
All right.
Do you have anything you can do as a reaction?
No, not at the moment.
Okay.
There's nobody else around me at the moment.
Odo, the other one, chases up after you. Rolls a 6 as well. Good.
Yeah, I don't think that will do it.
Nope. Not unless you were naked and tied to the ground or something.
Not tonight.
Rakir, you see these two specters ripping up out of the water, and behind them, out in the darkness, you can see more lights moving off of the boat.
All right. Well, we've got to deal with these ones as fast as possible. So I'm going to just run up to the one that started attacking Odo and just smack him. Does the 15 hit?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So that's for 11 damage. Then crit fail.
All right.
And yeah, that's about it. That's all I can do. So just immediately, as these guys pop out, just a full-on run up and smack it.
So your sword swings out, slashes through this thing. You tear away bits of its incorporeal nature as it pours away from it. You can tell that it's definitely heavily wounded by some way. This is the same one that's already been torn up by a javelin and things like that as well. It's still grasping madly at you, though.
And I don't actually see the end turn button.
There isn't one. I'm just going to move it on. Just let me know when you're done.
Okay.
I haven't set that macro up in this game world. We haven't played in this one in quite a while. Okay. Anything else you'd like to try?
Nope.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Are these like physical bodies or are they purely ghosts?
Purely ghost. They can actually travel through. When they moved through the water and they came out, it didn't make any splashes or change the water.
There goes 2 spears. Whoops.
Oh, they're down in the water somewhere.
Don't worry. I'll get them for you after this fight.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hold on.
Bellamine's turn.
Almost. Let me add something on here. Where's it at? Taking too long. So as you're fighting that one, Bellaman, behind you in the cover of the tree, you see a glowing battle axe appear out of nowhere in the cover of the tree behind Merrek. It moves forward and looks like it's going to attack. And let me find a token for that. Toss that out here.
Is it coming at me or Merrick?
Let's
Bellamy or
find
Merrick?
out.
Oh, yeah, it's swinging. All right.
1d2. Draw 1. You.
All right.
I never use these, so I never know what they do. Nope, misses anyways.
All right.
Swings.
I'm gonna use a key point and deflect that back at the wisp in front of me.
Okay.
Tipsy's way. I
How do we
mean,
know if it
will this
hits?
count as a creature?
Oh, that's awesome. It's automatic. You can spend 1 key point as a reaction to cause that attack to hit 1 creature of your choice, other than the attacker that you can see within 5 feet of you.
Well, doesn't even say make an attack roll or anything like
Nope.
that, or use its
So this
roll.
takes.
Or...
Just
Hell yeah.
smack.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it.
Hmm.
I mean, it's not a creature, but it was cast by a creature.
Okay.
Well, I think that would be considered a creature too. Creature's just like a blanket term for. It's not not like a beast, which is a type. A creature's just an enemy.
All right.
And a creature could be a friend too. I mean, like spells are listed. You can touch one creature within range. Blah blah blah.
That makes sense.
Okay, nicely done. So yeah, the hammer swings out of the trees there at you. You tips to the side as it misses you and smashes into the specter, almost destroying it.
Bellamy's gonna laugh. Nice try, and then just punched his ghost 2 times in front of him.
Okay.
His. I have a key and powdered strike, so this would be magical.
Nice.
I love the imagery of the swaying back, redirecting the axe, and then coming in for a couple more.
And then 16 and a 17.
There we go. That used to be in this game. Nothing's set up in this one. Both hit.
Right, so 6 and then 7. So
The first one blasted away
working on together.
as it screams one more time and it is gone.
Oh yeah. All right, and that will be the end of his turn.
But the hammer's still there.
Mm-hmm. He's not gonna leave it yet. All right. And that. I mean, you can't attack magic. I don't think.
Well, you still got your second attack. You don't have to use that one on it because you killed it with the first one.
Oh, well then I guess.
Do you want to move and attack?
Knowing that, then Bellamy will run over here and then use his second attack on the.
Okay.
Want me to roll again or just use that? I don't mind either one.
Go ahead and roll again. That seems more fair.
Makes sense. Now, I have a luck. 9.
No, that one anyways. It misses anyways.
All right. And then that'll be the end of his turn.
Okay. Tink, go ahead and roll a perception check at the beginning of your round. When the hammer missed, you saw the hammer come up out of the woods in front of you. It missed the halfling, swinging over his head as he staggered to the side, almost destroying the other thing. And you heard a little voice over the top of the cliff go, "Shit!"
Top of the cliff behind me or in front of me?
in front of you.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like over. Got it. Two questions. Is Merrek in this battle, or is
No,
he
was he? I didn't roll initiative for him. That's all. Let's put him on the board.
just a question?
Thank you.
He's totally effective as a meat shield.
Okay.
Too.
Well, we'll say he was. I'm gonna put
Actually,
him at
not
the end of the round, and then I'll have him at the top of the round too. Because he should have gone first with that roll.
Yeah, nice. And then two, are these more lights coming at us from the south?
Yes.
Okay. Every reason to believe they look very similar to the lights that are right in front of us.
Well, the ones in front of you now are no longer are lights; they're actual ghostly
I mean,
beings attacking you. But they looked a lot like the ones that were moving out of the water earlier that these turned into, or those turned
right,
into.
right. Okay. From behind everybody who's mid-combat, you hear a voice that is like loud and clear and gorgeous, and at first you would not have ever attributed it to grimy, somewhat grimy little take. And she breaks out in song. I picture something like Eowyn's song in Lord of the Rings. If you've seen, I forget which one of the trilogy it was in. Sorry, Blade song, and then she will dance her way 5, 10, 15 feet there. She has her weapon in her hand, but she's actually going to sheath it strangely, and with a bonus action, cast at 3rd level. A blade of pure shadow and black comes together in her hand, and she will try to hit this ghost. It's considered magical because it's magic, but it doesn't have like the plus.
Okay. That'll definitely hit. Oh, and that'll rip it apart.
Jesus.
So yeah, you jump up there and pull out your shadow blade. One swing just size away right through it. Overkilled it twice over as it just goes screaming off into the netherworld.
She continues her song and moves a little bit in that direction, so she's got some room. Focuses her attention on the coming storm, so to speak, and that will be her turn. It's funny, his name's still Gary on there, even though I changed it over here. So Gary / Templeton is going to fly over and hover near her. I'll say right there. Take the dodge action, and that'll be his turn. Oh, at the end of my turn, her dog got to go. Didn't give a bonus action, so it's just going to take the dodge action, but it'll come up next to her anyway.
It is funny that's on there. It should say Templeton. Weird. All right. Oh, I gotta get rid of that one too. So, oh, that's where you moved to there? Is that where you're at now? Okay.
Me?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm where I should be.
Okay.
Did I run into something? Sorry.
No. Okay. So you hear a voice off Tink somewhere towards those woods over there. Go ahead and make another perception check. since you're running that direction.
When you say the woods over there, which
The tree to your northwest.
got it.
A voice comes from there.
Better at investigation, but I guess that wouldn't be investigation because I'm not
Now,
looking at it.
not the time either.
Right.
Hold on. Sorry. A loud gong goes off. Sound, just an ear-splitting, shattering gong noise goes off in the middle, and you feel the effects of some sort of sound spell blasting upon the middle of. It's going to hit your animal, you, and I think Rakir. Let's see if it gets anybody else. Let me drop the spell shape down there. I need a. Yeah, it's 4x4.
Shatter some eardrums. So I'm pretty sure it's a shatter.
You want two of them now? Okay. But it's a good thing you moved. He was definitely trying to get you, since you looked really fearsome after you just wiped out that one. Nope, just gonna get you and your dog. He can't place it to get both of you. To get Rakir as well.
Alright.
And let's cast a spell now. I lost it. Where'd it go? So DC 12 save.
On save?
Yes, please. That's good. And make one for your dog as well, or your construct, or whatever it is. Nice. So you both take 9.
Alright. And then I am going to give you a con save for concentration.
Okay.
But it'll be with +4 because the blade song is active. Ooh, doesn't like that. Let's try that again. So 9 + 4, 13, so I should meet that 10 threshold.
Okay, and you can spot a person hiding behind the tree over there now that your attention has been drawn to him.
Fuck somebody up.
Looks to be an elf. Dressed in pretty nice clothing and all. Doesn't have any shoes on for some odd reason. And is completely wet. And you just cast some spell at you. Arcana roll, and I'll even let you, with a good roll, and I'll even know what type of magic that was.
Oof.
Nope. Hard to tell with the wind and all. Couldn't really hear it well. Alright, what is the owl doing?
Shouldn't be his turn. I think he already went.
Oh.
Probably got.
Okay. Top of the round. Okay. Oh, we'll go Merrek, and then I'll have him go again because he lost last round. There's nothing to see now. So the shadows, they're going to move full move under the water again. Actually, they're close enough they can actually. It's a distance of those buggers.
God, that look like a lot more.
So,
Damage on that shatter, by the way.
what was that?
Nice damage on that shatter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be AFK just a sec, guys. Sorry. Sorry, I'm back.
So, More of these shapes, these were just below the surface of the water. It doesn't look like they can reach you quite this round as they're coming along, but you can see these more shapes pulling up from under the water and more lights rising up from the boat behind as well. And the boat's coming closer and coming up higher in the water at this point. You can start seeing the boat above the water. The mast has broken the water level. Let's move it up closer as well. And the fog's moving in. And it's round 2. Why did I just roll 1? Let's do a bunch of them. There we go.
Jesus, a 30.
Someone got a 30?
Yeah.
How is that even possible? What is there? Let's make sure it's not a mistake. That's got to be a mistake. They
It's
don't have that.
possible if you crit with a 5 in Dex and the alert feat. There you go.
Yeah, there's something wrong there. Let's delete them all. I don't know what's going on there. Let's give them a 14 bonus. That's a little brutal.
Fast ass.
It's not supposed to be a
Fast
14.
goes.
That is their dex. Okay, so I'm going to take off 14 off of each one of these things, or 10. Thank you for catching that. God knows what's going on.
I was just gonna roll with it. Like, fast ass goes.
At least it's easy. I'll have to take his 10 off. Easy math. Okay. Oop, I lost my... Where did Merrek go? Oh, I took 10 off of him too. So the half-orc runs to the edge of the rocks. In a quick motion, reaches back into the big bag behind his shoulder, pulls out a javelin, sort of smiles over at Rakir as well he does it, and chucks it out into the water. You see this silver javelin go flying forward with a little twine tied to the back of it, and it goes shooting off into the air. And he rolls a 1.
Very fitting.
That's
totally Merrek.
Odo.
Odo, you should try putting ropes on the end of your javelins.
I think I got plenty.
Yeah.
Now.
Merrick's got 1, and it's solid silver, or silver-plated. He ain't losing it in the water.
I will step out where I was and just give a nod at Merrek and throw 2 javelins at this other one out here.
Gotcha.
Uh, 25 and an 18. Pretty sure there's it.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
12 and 7. 14 piercing damage, non-magical. And then the second one be 9 piercing damage. There's more crabs somehow pick away at this thing.
And the same one goes to the same one?
Yeah.
Did I accidentally move my token?
And I'll just look at Merrek and point down and be like, that's how it's done.
Do you speak Orcish?
I do.
He speaks in very broken Orcish to you, like someone who definitely didn't grow up speaking it, like an immigrant. And good fight, good shot. And he looks down the court. Ow, one throw.
Is this Merrick?
Yeah, but he's speaking in Orcish.
He doesn't. He doesn't speak Orcish. Believe
He
it or
does
not.
now. He picked it up right before he left.
Oh, nice.
That's what he did with his downtime. He
Got
wasn't going to
it.
tell you because he was going to catch you talking shit about him.
That's awesome. Orden knows Orcish, and he always used to give him shit and speak in Orcish around him because he knew he couldn't understand it.
His
Perfect.
downtimes, he went out and spent the winter with the orcs
That's
whenever
hilarious.
he was out there in the
That's
winter.
great.
And that's all he wanted to get was how to speak Orcish.
That's beautiful.
I will back up to where I was.
But he's only been speaking it for a couple of months.
It's amazing. That made my night.
Okay, one of them comes bursting up out of the water near him. Oop, I need to learn. But you know the shortcut key to select, to switch from select. 'Cause I'm like, I know Q to get to the token for the measuring, but I don't know how to get back to the arrow.
Oh, I didn't even know that there was a quick key to get to the measuring tool.
Yeah, that's Q, hold down the Q key. I wonder if it's S. I'll have to try that. That's Q. If I go to S, it is S. Yay! Okay, that's easier. Okay, one jumps up out of the water at him and swings at Merrek. Misses. Rakir.
Alright. Well, all of those specters are too far away. Do I see this guy up there?
Make a perception roll.
Not good at
Oh yeah.
Alright. Then here's what I'm going to do. So this guy's just like some elf. Is he sitting in the tree or is he just sitting next to it?
Trying to hide behind it, so he poked out around, cast a spell, and half his body's hanging out from around of it. And he did a lousy stealth check.
I'm going to go up to him.
You see his eyes open up big as you come rushing up there. He didn't think anybody saw him.
The dread helm that I'm wearing makes it look like I have glowing red eyes. So imagine this
Nice.
is very. This is. I'm going to become giant, as with my bonus action. So I don't know if you need to make my token.
Oh yeah, sure.
larger. There we go. And yeah, I'm just gonna attempt to. I'm gonna attempt to attack him twice.
Go for it.
Is that? I'm assuming that hits. I hope.
Both do.
Yeah. So the first one is 10 slashing, and the second one is 12 slashing, with an extra d6 of damage from Giant's Bite.
Nicely done.
Then after that, is he down?
No.
Alright, I'm going to do that again with action surge.
Oops. I'm trying to get to this token with this stupid macros right above it. Okay, go ahead.
Does the 15 hit?
Yes, just.
Alright. And so that is another 14 damage on top.
So you come charging up there, turn into this giant creature, swing twice at him. You cut half of the tree off as your first two swings come through. Branches go flying. He gets chopped hard, comes staggering back with a scream of pain. Your next one comes around, slams into him. You can tell that you've nearly killed the man, but he's still there fighting.
Yeah. Damn. Yep, and
He looks
that's it.
very surprised.
Got the drop on him.
And yeah, that's it.
Where's this thing at?
41 damage. It's not good for me.
Nicely done.
Okay, one of the other ghostly figures rips out of the water, then attacks Shichiwoto. $13, I don't think hits.
No, it does not.
Good. Okay, here we go. Rakir, go ahead and make a... Well, we'll just roll the spell and see what happens here. What is this spell? Why did that not come up yet? I'll do it again. There it goes.
Ah. Let's see. Some saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw, DC 11.
Dang.
So you hear a voice off somewhere behind you to your left, over towards the water, speaking in some arcane language, and this force wraps around you and holds you in place.
I'm just stuck.
And Tink, you can go ahead and make a perception check, and you too, Rick, here, might as well make your perception checks. Yeah. There it is, token there. So at that point, you guys notice to hear the voice as you glance down the rock area, down about just 4 feet down off the edge there, sort of hiding down, crouched down, is this old man in some sort of robes. They're all wet and drenched. His white hair is all wet and plastered to his body. He doesn't have any shoes on. He doesn't look really dressed very well, or much, just like he threw on a robe. And he's the one to just cast that spell at you. He looks over and he sees that you guys have seen him, and jumps off the edge of the rocks into the water. Okay, and flies right through the rocks, through the tree, comes bursting out and attacks you. This mostly dead person, but it's just a little bit left of it. It's very torn apart from all the attacks, and it swings at you, Tink. 12. Imagine that's a miss. Oh yeah, you have a 20 AC. Okay. Bellamin.
Alright, Bellamine just gonna, the moment, take 2 punches at this specter in front of him. Swing for the knees.
Oh, good lord. Hit, miss.
Alright, so 5 on that one. And then,
Are these magical or non-magical?
they are magical, yes sir. And then he's gonna use a Fury of Blows and 1 more key point and make 2 more attacks with his bonus action. Alright.
Nice.
Oh, those
both
it?
hit. Absolutely.
Alright, so 18 damage total?
First hit smashes into it a bit. It gets this grasp looking over at you from there, and it sort of screams a bit. Your second hit crunches through it quite a bit. I mean, it almost killed it in that one. The third one dissipates it and as it goes roaring off into the netherworlds.
All right. And then he is going to use his movement and dash over here next to Merrek. Or not dash forward. He's just going to ghost are coming to him. He's going to stay where he's at. Actually, no. He was right here. Yeah, it's in his turn, sorry. He's just going to yell out to the rest of the ghost, "Dying once wasn't enough, huh?" And he's going to start moving his, like, ushering his hands towards him.
They seem to be intelligent and notice you, at least. The eyes moving towards you as they're flying through the water. Tink, you're up.
I must have had a screen up. Did that guy take a swing at me?
Yeah, you didn't hear me. Maybe you stepped away or something. It missed.
Okay, good deal.
I looked at your character sheet and you had a 20 AC, so we just moved on.
Yeah, right now with her blade song active. So she's gonna take a swipe at that guy.
Its one is pretty chewed up already. It's been hit by the javelins and stuff.
So
Not that javelins are sticking in it, but...
Would this be considered dark or dim light, what we're fighting in right now?
Dim.
With the shadow blade, then I should have advantage on the attack roll.
Okay. Nope, didn't need it
Thank
anyways.
God.
Okay, you got it.
Ouch. That was almost max damage.
Well, you only needed
Shit.
5. You killed it.
And then I'm gonna command my bonus action, command my steel defender to attack 40 feet to there, which is his movement. And he's gonna try to bite that guy in the middle. With a natural 20.
Oh my god.
Finish him.
What are you
Okay,
using
max
for this?
damage,
Force
yeah.
Empowered Rend. Oh, the dog.
Yep. That's his attack. In this instance, it's a bite. He came up behind him and just tried to take the back of his thigh out. And hopefully looks like he succeeded.
Sure as hell. Just gutted the guy. Got him at... Basically just got a major artery on that type of hit. Guy goes down direct. Where are you biting him at? Your call.
Back of the right thigh, so like femoral.
Okay, so yes, he's already down on one leg. His one leg is just staggering down from the giant smashing on him. The dog runs up behind him and bites him in the back of his good leg, ripping out a chunk of it, and blood goes spewing everywhere as the guy goes screaming and dropping on the ground. Dead.
Duty.
My next turn, I was actually gonna try to non-lethally take him out.
Well, do you have race dead?
None of that here.
The dying, something, yeah.
I don't think so, because you'd have to raise dead. He didn't even get any saves at all, because he only had 8 left.
He's
And
just
so,
dead.
yeah.
Try some CPR.
That was enough to take him all the way down and make it so he can't be brought back with a 0 thing. Okay.
Those were some good dice. That makes me nervous. We're rolling shit for the rest of the time. I have to step away for just a sec. If it comes up to Gary's turn, he's going to provide the help action on the closest visible enemy to him and fly back to his current location.
I'm
Okay.
going for him, James. Once I can.
Alright then. So that guy's dead. We'll just get him off the board. Just delete him. You hear a voice coming from the top of the lighthouse. The boat! The boat! The boat is there! Something's racing the boat! As the boat's moving closer and more spirits seem to be coming off of it. And well, I know what his AC is. We'll see if it actually hits him. Nope. Lucky to have advantage though. Oh, that one's going to. There's nothing you can do about it either. We'll see if he gets back. Good lord. That'll teach him to walk away. Okay.
What a thing to come back to. Holy
Yeah.
crap.
And a save throw on top of it to not have your maximum hit points reduced by 19. Bird flutters out. Who did you say the bird was going to mess with? The guy down in the water or the one over here?
The closest ally near it,
Okay,
or closest enemy near it. Sorry.
Probably one of these then. And then get out of the way. I haven't put the right token in this map. Let's put an eye on it for advantage for now. Okay. Last one comes ashore. Attacks Merrek. Oh, that might hit him. It does. Takes 10, and then he has to make a save. Well, that's up bloody high. Okay, he makes that. He curses at it as the thing smashes at him. And takes a stab at him, or whatever you call it, a slash. Brings his sword back around. Oh. And does he get multiple attacks like you guys? He has
He should have at least 2.
action surge, second level. Okay. Does another one. That one's gonna miss. Oh wait. Yeah, it's added in there. Oh no. They're actually over there battling just 2 of them. Oops.
I will. Select the rip. I will bonus action aggressive move over here. Take out my trident. Stab this one.
I haven't seen that weapon yet.
It is one that I really do not care to trade. It does count as magic.
Oh, nice. Oh, and it hits.
Almost not. Okay. So 7 piercing, and like this wave of crabs will come up over the rocks and start tearing into it. For 1 whole damage.
Oh. Snip, snip, snip.
And I will stab again.
Hits. And finishes it. So the first slash dissipates most of it. The crab starts snipping away at the specter's little feet, at the pirate specter. The second trident. And you can see that the boat seems to be getting closer. And as it's getting closer, you notice that there are lots of lights on it.
I will stand my ground.
Okay, the one that's next to you too. Let's see who it goes at. Prop 1 or 2. It goes after Merrek. Merrek. I've lost their character sheet. Where is it? What is his AC? That hits. Ooh, that's a good hit too. He curses again as one of the creatures grabs onto him and starts pulling the life force out of him.
Oh shit! Hey Matt, while you were gone, you did get hit.
Oh, is he back?
Yeah, he's back. Yeah, he said sorry back.
Yeah, I'm
I
here.
saw that.
Oh, and Merrek misses his con save. Oh, is that? That is a con save too. Oh. Yeah, I don't think he has bless on him either. I think it's left over from before. Ouch. So he's gonna be down.
Well, he just made it. It's a DC 10.
Oh, you're right. And he rolled a 10. Good. I thought it was an 11.
Which one of those hit me?
So we have to scroll up for you. This is not a good
Natural
one.
20?
This one was, yeah, exactly. So the natural 20 hits
19.
you for 19, and you need to make a DC 10 save, or your max hit points drops by 19.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yo.
Con
Yikes.
save.
Shit.
So let me read the wording of Blade Song. Oh no, I gain +4 bonus to maintain my concentration on a spell, but I don't think this will be part of that. So that sucks. All right. Fuck.
Oh, yeah, that is a fuck.
Yep. All right. Oh shit. Is there a Steel Defender next to it? Nope, he's not. Could have tried to help. That hurts. Oh well.
Okay, so the spirit that's next to you, or in front of you, I believe that was the one that did the damage, reaches out then with both its little claws. You can hear its little voices whispering and so forth as it sinks its claws into you, sucking away your life force. This weird sound is this little whispering going along and laughter in the background as it knows you're dying in front of it. Join us! Join us! And we were down to... Odo went... Where were we?
Rakir, I think we're on Rakir.
Yeah.
Here it is then.
Spectre's attacked.
I'm still paralyzed, unfortunately, so I've got to make.
At the end of your round, then yes, you're right. You get to make the save then.
Yeah, but I can't do anything else, so might as well. And I don't go. Damn it!
Ah!
I'm still paralyzed.
Oh
Alright.
shit, James, I do owe you a con save for concentration.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
This will be
A good one too. What's the modifier on that one now with that high of damage?
it doesn't change with concentration. It's just 10 or better makes it less than 10.
Oh,
Misses it.
I thought it was the damage affected it too.
I could look. I don't think so.
It's half the damage taken or 10.
Oh, well, same thing in this case. Okay.
So +4 to this, because if I try to click what I have set up, it doesn't work.
That's fine. That'll do it. Okay, so pass Rick here then. A voice from down somewhere off the edge of the rocks then is going, "Rise, children, rise! Take your avengement on the living!" Oh, nice hammer. He can make the thing go anywhere, actually. What's the movement on those hammers? Anybody know off the top of their head? The spectral weapons?
60 feet, I believe.
Oh, I thought they were slow.
That might be the casting range. I'm thinking.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, as you can move, the move can only 20 feet. Okay. So it's just going to be one of those 3 people in front of it then. Merrek. Everybody wants to beat up on Merrek. That's going to hit. Or 7 more. Bellaman. The tide seems to be turning around you. There's this while you've dispatched most of this wave that's happening. There's looks to be more coming from the water, more and more. A voice yelling from the lighthouse to stop the ship somehow.
Can I hear where the fellow was yelling about rising children?
Make a perception roll. He's not hiding too much anymore.
15.
Absolutely. I don't think you have a clear shot from where you're standing now. There looks to be a big rock in between the two of you.
All right. I'm gonna do a couple things. All right, I'm gonna use a key point and use Step of the Wind.
Okay. Your jump distance is doubled. Cool.
Going on.
It says Chinese movements where they jump up to the rooftop.
Yeah, the old karate movies.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna run to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And as I get here, I am going to. Bellamy's gonna make one attack on him. Yeah, one with advantage.
Okay.
And use another key point and use Stunning Strike. So there's the one attack, so 23.
Okay.
6 damage, and then they have to make a Constitution save or they'll be stunned. So I'm at 25 right now.
Didn't make that.
Alright, and then he's going to run past. So 30, 35, 40. And then my bonus action, I'm going to use the dash and then jump across if I can and come over here.
Do you have enough movement left?
Yeah, so I have 40 movement here, and I'm going to use my dash action as the bonus action. And then I'm going to run the rest of what I have over here to where the cultist is at.
Okay. Done. That works, especially since your jump is
Dude,
twice right now.
They have crazy freaking movement.
So in
and
a blur of speed that no one can see, basically, you dash over there, jump down the rocks, over the top of the other one, smack someone, drop off the cliff edge, bounce off of the rock there over the
then
water, and land on the
make
little
one more
island
attack.
and smack the guy.
So 6 damage to him in that.
Damn. Con save.
That one's not that one's not the thing.
No,
that was only for the one attack.
I'm making for his con save for holding his concentration.
Oh,
Oh.
okay,
He rolled a critical though. He's definitely got that nailed.
Right.
Okay, well you hit. You did 6. I'll give him his 6.
Belly's around him. You're the fucker bringing all these back, huh?
Stagger back. Where did you
And
come
now-
from? It's this old guy standing in front of
He's
you
just gonna
there.
giggle to himself. And that will be the end of his turn.
Hell of a turn. Tink.
All right, so this guy's stunned. She's going to take a swipe at the guy in front of her. For 14.
That'll hit.
14
Oh, damage.
damages.
That's right, the other one doesn't have advantage on it anymore. Okay, anything else you'd like to try to do?
Is he still moving?
The one right in front of you? Yes, it hasn't been wounded yet.
All right. He's gonna come up, use her bonus action. She'll command him to attack that one with his rend. He's gonna come up and try to jump right at his face.
That'll hit.
9.
That'll do it.
Nice. That's a fucking relief and a half, and that'll be her turn. She continues singing. We're gonna maybe move. Actually, just back here. All done.
Is that going to give you an opportunity attack against you, though?
He's stunned.
He's stunned.
Oh, that's right. Ha! Cool. All right, and that's the one that's stunned. How do we get out of stunned?
I think next turn he's fine.
Okay.
It's just one turn thing.
What's the owl going to do?
So this guy seems to have his wits about him again.
Yes.
We'll fly in. That's the biggest threat to his boss. So fly in there and harry around his face, provide the help action, and fly back.
Okay. Extra tick. He doesn't have the... What is the health, the thing where you get hit points back? Second wind, there you go. D10 plus 6. Is that a bonus action or a full action? Bonus action. D10 plus 6. So Merrek gets 9 back. And then tries to dispatch this thing in front of him. Hit for 9. Misses on the second attack. And then with a slight sort of bow, like you're more than welcome to, he steps to the side and to Odo, and sort of motions like, take care of him.
How bad is it looking?
Merrek, he looks like he's been bloodied. He sort of spat out a little bit of blood. It looked like it on his last one, like, I can take some of it type of thing. But you don't know if he could take another hit like that last one he took.
How's the Spectre looking?
The Spectre just barely damaged.
All right.
So Merrek did hit it with a good hit there.
I will step up to you. Stab it once.
Oh, that'll do it.
That is a natural 20. Will it auto-calculate my damage?
Very
Yeah.
nice. It will.
Lovely.
Unfortunately, it was not a great roll. But
8's better than 4.
yeah, there is that.
And I will have some crabs attack it.
Oh, there you go. All right. The crabs nearly dispatched this thing. There's just a little bit of vapor. You can see the 2 hands and half of a face, and that's all that's left.
Ooh. Oh, I have a second attack.
Oh, nice.
Do 11 hit.
No, it just misses.
Sucks.
Oh, I lost my turn counter. I closed it again. So bad at that.
It'll end my turn.
Okay. Well, the nearly dead specter in front of you lashes out at you. Oh, I don't know. Is 19 going to get you?
It will, unfortunately.
For 6 necrotic. And make your DC 10 save. You made that easy. Mercure, you're still held in this force of this thing. Go ahead and make your save at the end of your roll. I'm so sorry.
Yes, a 12.
I think you're out, aren't you? All you needed was an 11, right?
Yeah.
Yay.
But
Freedom!
unfortunately, that's the end of my turn.
Yes.
I can only make it at the end. So yep, there we go.
You can move, right?
No, I don't think I can do that. It has to be at the end.
Oh yeah, the very end. Yeah.
Next turn, he's got what's coming to him.
You wait 6 seconds.
You wait 6 more seconds.
It's like the equivalent of after school behind the jungle gym.
The cultist in front of you, Bellamin, he looks up and looks you in the eyes and goes, dive. Make a spell save. DC 11.
DC 11. All right.
Wisdom, I believe. Yes.
All
Oh,
right. 20.
easy done.
Cool idea, though.
He goes. He looks like, and this weather, fuck you.
He curses. And
Let me just look at him. If you I know you worship the dead, but if you don't want to join them, I reckon you'd stop now.
see, the hammer's going to try to swing again. I just have to keep rolling the spell every time. I don't know. It's not set up for Go.
Got him.
There it is. Odo, you get whacked in the back of the head by that hammer that's flying around back there.
Oh, this whole time I thought it was on the other side.
For 7.
I thought it was the that little suckers. Well, if he cast the hold person. We have another enemy out here then. With that.
Spiritual weapon also
Oh,
is a
that's right. No
concentration.
concentration. Yep. Dirty.
The old man in front of you, Bellaman, looks at you. I don't fear death. My God protects me. Will bring me back. Again and again and again. What do you have? Your turn.
He just look, fist, and just starts punching him.
Okay.
Then he's gonna, so 10, 14, and then he's gonna use a Fury of Blows and make 2 more.
The 14 hits, the 15 hits, 11 does not.
It's a 2 hit, so 13 total.
Ah! Each one of these things smacking into this guy.
Triangle! Triangle! And that's the end of his turn.
So the first one smacks into him. Spittle comes flying out of his mouth. The second one cracks across his jaw and bloodies his nose as it comes across there. You've definitely bloodied him at this point. His eyes looking a little wild. Tink.
So, the strength score of 8, I can jump 8 feet. I'm wondering if I can clear, like, from that ledge to that space.
You want to make an
Obviously-
acrobatics?
Yeah, I think, because it's landing in difficult terrain, I assume, so it'd have
Yeah.
to be a DC 10 acrobatics. Full disclosure, with Blade Song active, she gets advantage on those, though.
Oh, nice.
Would that be doable?
I
She also
think
has
so.
plus 10 movement too. So
I'm going to make it a little bit higher than a 10 because you're landing on like a tiny, not even a full square, and it's uneven. So you're going to have to like land on a 1-foot ledge. But if you could do it with on a 12,
Fair enough.
if it was further, I'd make it higher, but it's not that
Actually,
far.
that's silly. He's hurt. This guy's standing here with advantage, just screaming. Standing right there, she is going to throw her Shadow Blade as a thrown property. So she's going to throw it at that dude over the top of her dog. 15.
That'll hit. Oh, and that'll dispatch it. It disappears in a scream as the last of the specters just fades away. You gonna make that roll?
I'm counting it out to see if I have enough to get out of the way, because I know there's probably somebody up here that wants some revenge too.
I mean, you know, do what you need to do. That's what I'll say.
So
Do you have enough
40,
to land up on the top up there?
I have enough, I think, to get behind him there. I have 40 feet with Blade Song active.
Yeah.
That would get me right to there. So let's try that.
Roll a 1. I
see
want to
if
see you go
we-
in the drink.
No, right? Advantage on this, so that's awesome.
That's no fun. Oh, damn near though.
Thank God for that advantage.
You rolled a 2.
Oh my god.
Okay, so yes, you can make it behind him. Kablank. Flip through the air, crash down onto the ground.
Beauty. It'll come to a skidding halt there.
Just whoa. As the waves crash up behind you.
Bonus action. I'm gonna have this guy move to there. He's just gonna take the dodge actions. Or no, I haven't taken a bonus action, have I? So I can. She'll command him to attack that guy. Ah, 10 probably won't do it.
Nope.
That'll do it.
What's Yal gonna do?
Gary will fly over here to give somebody advantage. Fly 15 feet back away from him to there.
Which one? Oh, against him advantage. The only thing left.
Yeah.
Oh, except there's is that Spectre? You killed that other Spectre, right? Is that one still there? When you all three of you around?
Yeah, that one. And
Yeah, it's good.
that guy.
It's still there barely. Okay. Okay. Merrek swings again at this thing. His longsword slashing through the air quietly, or silently. Oh, that'll do it. And dispatches it. The Cursey slashes it and spits at it as it disappears. Back to hell, you! Odo.
I will use my bonus action. 15 and then my movement. There we go. And I will throw 2 javelins at that point.
Hit.
Throws. And as I hit him, some warp roaches will come up and claw away at his feet. And then the second one, 20 points of piercing damage all in total.
Nicely done. So we're talking total 13, 20 points total.
And on that last one, I will mark him as my favorite foe.
Say that again?
I will mark him as my favorite foe, because F that guy.
Okay.
Which allows me to add an extra d6 to one attack per round.
Nice.
So 4 more piercing damage.
The old man should be dead by now. He's got more stoutness than any old guy you've seen, but maybe he's filled with magic or something that seems to keep him going.
And that will end my turn.
Okay, Rick here.
Alright, how high is he up here?
6
How
feet
high
up.
is 6 feet up. So I could, if I was right here, I could just hit him.
Yeah.
And, yeah, no need for any fancy jumps or anything.
Plus your
But
size, you can damn near step across the way.
Yeah, if your strength is high enough, you don't even have to roll for it. Well, barring what James says.
Yeah, I mean, look at that distance there. It's only 5 feet across. You control a 10-foot area. You could walk across that.
Just steps on over.
Yep, and so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna step on over. Very, very angry.
The cultist looks up at you. You again!
And yeah, with no response, I'll attempt to hit him.
That's gonna do it.
11 slashing, and I'd like to try to incapacitate him.
The first one nearly cleaves him in two. He screams in pain as he starts falling down. The second one rolls down on him and kills him.
Dang it.
What do you mean by incapacitate? Are you going to do non-damage, you mean?
Yeah, I was just wanting to do non-lethal.
Absolutely then. Yeah, so you smack him with your flat of your blade then, and he drops to the ground unconscious. Head cracked open.
Perfect. Head cracked open.
Yeah, he had 1 hit point left. You did 12.
Dang. Well, it was worth a shot.
He's not dead, but
Oh. Alright then.
Are we out of combat, James?
no. There's still another batch coming. You can see the boat, though. It looks like there's been an effect on that. And the boat is sipping down into the water again and going away at the end of the round. That was Rick here. Yeah, so the boat disappeared, is going away, but there's still one batch, or one group, one front, wing, whatever you want to call them, flying across there. Unfortunately, they came about before he was down. Oh, just two, though.
Oh, hell yeah. We're all huddled on this tiny little island.
Yeah.
Oh, you can use me as a bridge to get across.
I deleted all my bad guys. I gotta get new ones out.
You just grab them by the arms and move them over.
Should have done that at the top of the round. Oh, good. They're way down low, anyways. Rakir, do you have anything else you'd like to try to do this round?
No, I'm out of movement and use my attacks. That'll be all.
He's gone. Or at least out of the initiative. Let's see which direction it goes. Charges, oh no. Misses. Bellamine.
Since my jumping's not doubled anymore, do you want me to make a roll to jump across this again?
Where are you
Or
going?
could I use Rakir?
Are you going all the way
over
up to
here
the top, or?
This Spectre over here. He's trying to jump across and run over here.
No, you can make that. If you're landing on that giant rock right by the owl. It's a nice flat area.
Yeah, right
there.
here.
Yeah, that's fine. It's well within range.
Right, so 5, 10, 15.
Teenager could jump that.
Alright, run 20 feet up, and then he's just going to punch his ghost in the ass.
Okay. That'll do it.
Alright, so
And again.
14.
Are these magical or normal?
They are magical. Yeah, this is what, one sec, I'll post it.
I just didn't
That's
know how
what's
long
giving
it
it.
lasted.
Oh, it's a permanent thing. It's one of their class features.
Oh, nice.
It's for their fist, so he can just use unarmed.
Okay, anything else you'd like to do?
That'll be it.
Okay, so 2 smacks in it. One of them smashes into it, dissipating a bit of it. The other one looks like you bloodied it as you knocked away half of its head. Tink.
Bonus action, she's going to, that blade is going to reappear in her hand, re-solidify, and then she's going to chuck it. The range is 20-60, so both of them would be at disadvantage. It's in dim light though, which would give advantage, so I'm pretty sure it's a straight
nice even.
roll. Yeah. Do I have a shot on that one? No, actually, how about the one that's out here yet?
Okay.
Chuck it right at him.
Hits.
Ah, nice.
Flies through the air. Oh my lord. Good hit, too.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I thought you were a tinkerer.
Cast it at 3rd level. It's a sweet weapon. She's still singing her heart out too. That was bonus and an action. movement. Can I move back up a little bit?
Sure.
In fact, she'll move over here and just make herself a small target behind the big guy.
Okay. Yeah, it's like 4 feet up, so you climb up that rock there real quickly and dash
And-
behind the giant,
And
who's
then
straddling 1 foot on each one of the lands.
Perfect. And his movement will put him there, and he'll take the dodge action. That'll be it.
Goes for Merrek. Yep. Misses. He bats away at it as it's trying to grab him. Gary. Not Gary, but the owl.
Templeton will fly over here and distract this guy and provide the help action. And then get a little bit further away from the harm.
Top of the round. Merrek tries to dispatch it. Cursing at it. Oh, he's having a bad day over there. First swing misses. Second swing doesn't. And he dispatches it. As it fades away. He looks over at the floating hammer there and taps it with his sword as he walks by it. Ha! You get about there. Oh no.
I stab at him with my trident. Never mind. Do that again.
It's got
Yeah,
advantage. It's got
Oh,
advantage.
That's right, the owl messed with him.
yeah,
You got it right.
Yeah,
So both attacks hit.
Right? Okay. Okay.
beautiful.
More warp roaches. And
And the
then
second one?
So 18 piercing damage total.
So the first attack then cuts deeply into it as
All
you
of these
stab
count
this
as
thing through.
magical.
I'm sorry?
They all count as magical. Sorry.
Oh. The first attack dissipates him then, right before even the swarm gets at him, if you want to save that. There's nothing left really to attack, though. And the second one shreds what's left of it as it fades away in front of you.
Perfect.
And a silence besides the sound of the waves goes over. The ship seems to be floating down deeper into the water. And the lights slowly going out over there. Anybody want to do anything?
I'll pick up our friend and bring him over to
I'm-
the island.
There appear
I'm
to be
gonna
any
jump into the
valuables on
water
the
here.
ship.
Into the fog?
Wait, did you say the ship was coming up or
Sorry,
going
say
down?
again?
Going down now. So the ship's disappearing. The fog's still floating over the water. I heard someone say that you're jumping in the water.
No. Unless someone else did.
I thought I
looked,
heard Odo say that.
You did.
Okay.
My audio is getting all messed
yeah,
up, so I'm hearing like everyone at once.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna jump in the water and collect my javelins at least, as long as there's no present danger to be about.
Well, as you jump into the water in front of you there, you do see that there's that green fog permeating. You can see the boat sinking deeper into the water and the light slowly going out. Some of your javelins are over in that area, though. Do you want to swim over to it?
I'll patiently swim over as the fog slowly dissipates.
I can
I'm
aid
just
you
staying
with
on the outskirts of it.
I can aid you with a mage hand as long as it's within that range.
How deep is this
So
water?
can I.
Make a
Oh yeah, because of your swarm.
should it be con? No, it'd be wisdom. Make a wisdom save.
An 8.
Okay, we'll get back to that. All right, so you're up collecting your javelins.
I do have a mage hand to pull them closer.
Okay, so yeah, as you get into the fog a little bit, you can feel it sapping away at your mind a bit. You're like, this isn't good, and because you feel things, it gets hard to think, and you start forgetting why you're actually out there in the water, looking what you're doing out here swimming. But you do collect up. I'll let you have half of them at this point.
Say that again.
You can get half of them back at this point. The other half are in the fog area, and when you swim out into it, you sort of forget why you're out there looking for them.
Gotcha.
But you
If he
when
looks
you
like
get back.
he looks like he's struggling. Maybe try to throw him a rope. Got
He seems easy enough to swim back. He just got out there and he sort of stopped and he's treading water, just sort of looking around as the fog's lapping away at him. And then it looks like he swims on back a bit. And let's take this off the board.
combat, guys.
Yeah. What I'd like to do is I'd like to get our cultist friend back to shore,
Okay.
and yeah, check what he's got. Check what him and this guy have on him.
They have nothing. They don't even have any weapons.
Is there anything notable about him?
Well, actually, I take it back. They do have something. The one which was hiding by the trees there, but you're guessing by his musical gear and things that he must be a bard of some sort. He has a flute and he has 2 pairs of manacles, which are unlocked, and a thieves kit.
Okay. Yeah. The manacles are just unlocked.
Yes, unlocked. They're not. You don't see a key for them though.
I know at least. Let's see. I'll walk over to Merrek, right? That's his name.
The sun starts coming up and starts getting a little bit lighter. The fog's still there, but you don't see anything else much going on.
Merrek, the cultist or whoever this is still alive. You don't suppose he might know anything useful?
I've never seen him before. But his garb makes me think that he came from the island.
Do you have anywhere we can put him until?
Aye,
he
we can put him
wakes up?
on the brig of one of these ships.
Right. And so that's what I'll do. I'll kind of
He points
While I'm-
over the ship to on the south of the 2 ships. That one's our ship. You can put him on there. The boys will be happy to ask him some questions when they get back to shore.
So yeah, I will. Probably a good way to deal with spellcasters, because you need to, is it? Yeah, there's somatic components to spells where they need both hands to cast them, right?
Yes. He goes, I know something about the spellcasters. I know they don't shut up either, so I'll gag them.
I will, while I'm still giant, I'll, take the chance and just step on his hands.
Okay. You lock him, you tie him up, and Merrek goes and starts dragging him over towards the boat. He takes a potion out of his bag and swigs it and follows it with another one with a grimace.
Bellarmine is just gonna let the lighthouse keeper know that everything's all good. Just bang on his door. You're all clear. They're all dead. Undead, dead again, I guess.
Peeks his head out finally. Oh, thank the gods for that one. Good job, men. Merrick's looking around. That was quite something. Do you think the shore is as bad as this? If they have wave after wave over there.
How many of these folks do you suppose are on the other island?
Which folks? My friends? Or he points, he kicks at the cultist on the ground, or like this
Yeah,
bastard.
this one.
Well,
I'll also
that's the
kick at the
problem. We
guy.
don't know. The pirates supposedly took them out, and I thought the island was going to be deserted except for the undead that they left. But it looks like there's a few survivors, or at least one. Maybe these are the only survivors.
Hmm.
But they're going to need some help.
Well, I suppose we'll ask him about it when they wake up. When he wakes up.
Yeah, it's going to be a while. You gave him a good crack. He might be out for a day or two. Rick, here. I'm feeling really bad about what I've done here. I can't go against my oath. I have to get this man. If you knew the history, you would understand. But I have to go after him. But I can't leave them to their ends. There needs to be more. You and your friends, they seem to be good fighters. Of those of you that can, could I impress on you to go to the shore and join them? There's a lot of money in it, he says with a smile and a little bit of a half grin. A lot of money in it.
Take perks up. I'm in.
He says, well, here's the deal then. If you can take one of these boats and get to shore, my men, they should be heading on in. They went over this morning. So they were
Very
probably
well.
landing on the shore while all this was going on. We wouldn't be too far behind them. He says, now if we could just find, and he looks over and a way to get a message. And he points at a glowing ball of light that's coming from the island towards you.
I'll look over at it.
You see a ball of light floating along, dipping every once in a while at the water and moving its way across the water along the distance. It looks like a will-o-wisp, like the ones you just saw floating around underneath the ocean. Don't worry, I don't think that's one of them. One of the friends of mine is a spellcaster, and his familiar, his bound servant is that wisp, I believe. It has the same coloring.
And what does this message indicate?
Oh, hopefully it's a communication. We'll see what the message comes. So shortly, the wisp makes the distance across. It's only about a mile or two over, and gets over to you all as it comes zipping along. It floats around Merrek a little bit and bounces around. Floats over down towards one of the bard who's on the ground over there. Sort of, you see it sort of taps into the bard on the ground. It looks like it glows a little bit, and you swear you get a feeling of disappointment, and it comes back over to you all. Dead. It's dead already. As he floats back over.
Tink steers well clear of the wisp. He's not a fan.
Merrek. Are these your friends? I have message. The little wisp floats. Men coming by boat. It sort of floats around. Oh, too late. Don't let them take the boat. But I guess it's too late. Resistance on the Isle. If you can, come. Merrick's looking around.
What did it mean? Does it mean the boat that just sunk?
I think it does. I keep saying too late. I'm guessing it means it's too late in the news. I know this wisp, though it goes against all common logic, this wisp could lead you to them. If you wish to join them on the shore, follow the wisp, it will take you to them. Yes, lead you. Through the sands, through the dead. Down into the earth. Where his friends are. Merrek looks over and goes, that's grim. I'm sure they're fine. All the same. Rakir, you're pretty mighty there. But you're missing something. I can't go back. I can't go back. But I think you should take this. He hands you his sword he has. It served us well, and I have another that my dear friend made for me, and he pulls out another sword. If you could take this one with you, I would feel better, and it might show as a symbol that we are friends.
Very well. I'll show your friends on this other island.
He names him off. Orden's the gnome. He's a magic user. You'll also come across a dragonborn called Thorin. There's a human, Nasir, and a halfling called Malathirum. Mal, we call him. If you guys get a hustle on this, I think you could probably catch up to them. They were trying to get onto the island early to catch anybody off guard in the darkness, so they have a few hours lead on you.
It sounds like we have no time to waste.
Not if you want to catch up to them. What they were going for is we were told that down below this place was a labyrinth that was called the Winding Way, and it held all the loot that they've been bringing back from the pirates and this collection of magic items and artifacts that these cultists have been combing the shores for the last few years. And it's all there. We were paid quite handsomely just to go on there and take care of the undead, and then others had interest in the artifacts as well.
Hey,
There.
James, how long does this life shadow specter drain thing last? Until
I
the next
don't know.
long rest. Long rest.
It's a
So,
long rest.
Tink is in, but she's holding her guts inside and seems to be shivering and says, I would love some sort of breather, at least. Short rest, something. Can we spare an hour?
Well, think if those of you that maybe you could stay here and follow on to the next morning after you got a good break on you. I really could like it if Rakir and Odo looks to be fine, if the two of them could forge ahead.
Well, I'll leave this cultist in your hands, and Odo and I will make double time to the island.
And
I'll look over to the
Odo.
fog. It's still there.
the fog, it is somewhat. It seems to be burning off in the morning sun. And Bellamin, I don't think you're gonna be able to go because you're on a contract to deal with the ship. It would
And
be
he's pretty tired as well at this
It
moment.
would-
He used a lot of energy during that fight.
I guess I don't want to call it AWOL, but whatever it is when you take off from a ship.
Just looking. I would love to go with me on a trip, but I have obligations to attend to as well.
Very well.
I'll look
So-
over at the fog and be like, yeah, we can go.
All right. Well, that seems like a good enough place to wrap things up for this evening, then.
Yeah, it
I
just
will-
leads into the start of the last
Yeah,
episode.
that's what I was shooting for. So the fog then is basically erases some of the memory of what happened. So you have a bit of vagueness of what you went through. You do get a slight bit of break on the way there. As you get to the shoreline, I'll get you the island again so you can see it. Nope, not even this right game. We're on the wrong map for that. The island shore, then, the wisp leads you through these dunes. The dunes, then, every once in a while, you see ghostly things in it, little skeletons moving around and stuff. But the wisp seems to know the route and leads you through this pathway across the shore. At one point, there was something flying along to the sky that looked like it was swooping down, and the wisp flew up and zapped at it or something, and it took off. And then it comes back down and led you the rest of the way there. You do get a break underneath the tree after the wisp tells you that there is battle ahead, and that rest you should get some rest and be prepared. And that'll let you be where you're at when you begin the next game when we get back together next week.
All right, sounds
Cool.
good.
If you guys want to change your characters at all, feel free to do so. If there's like
It's
you're
funny.
going,
I had something because obviously some of my saves aren't very good. So I had a thing where it was like Rakir, thinks of spellcasters as very like when you're fighting them is quite like a tactical nuisance, and that very much came into play today.
yes,
I'm right. These things are
definitely
going
controlled that battlefield.
only two of
Bastards.
them too.
Yeah, one was a bard and the other one was a cultist. And I'll figure out the experience points and add it on to you guys.
Right.
So at least that way you're not starting at
Alright.
the bottom of the level, move you up closer to where everybody else is at somewhat. Because that was a lot of specters.
That was a good
It
little
was.
chunk.
Cool. Well,
It's
thank
fun.
you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thanks for running.
Sorry you don't get to take
Yeah,
two
that was
characters
really
into the
Quite
game, Matt.
fun.
No,
It's-
it worked out perfectly.
So, and I guess we'll see everybody next Thursday.
Mhm.
Cool. All
I'll
right.
see
Well,
you
thank you
guys
very
then.
much.
All right.
All right.
Perfect.
All right. See you
Take
guys.
care,
That was
guys.
fun as hell.
Hey,
Yep.
I like your
Be
character there,
safe.
Brandon. That's fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate
It was fun as hell to play. My first
Yeah.
monk actually playing.
Dig it. Take care, guys.
Have a good night.
All right. All right. You guys as well.